Globally, businesses and corporations are faced with challenges that requires fresh thinking on strategy, leadership, and governance to survive. The Anchor is a program designed to help organizations and individuals to be skilled in handling challenges. Join Dr. Osare Emokai, a development economist and a corporate strategist, for this interactive, informative, educative program.
It is my pleasure to welcome you to today's episode of The Anchor. And today we are going to be speaking on branding. With me in the studio are Mr. Tebepina, the Vice Chairman of the Mindshare Group, and Mr. Ebi, can you welcome to this?
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, and I also want to welcome, this scholar amongst us today, who is the Deputy Rector of a John School of Management, as well as the Research and Strategy Director of the Mindshare Group. Thank you, sir, Mr.
Thank you, sir. I'm happy to be here again.
Thank you for coming. My name, as I said earlier, is Dr. Osare Emokai, your anchor. We're going to be looking at step 8. Step 8, step 8 in the branding process. But before I call on Mr. Tebepina to take us through that step 8, I just want to say just a couple of things on guidelines. We spoke about culture, we spoke about several other things in the earlier 5 episodes, and what are those things supposed to do? They are supposed to provide a framework to guide even the way you develop your brand. So guidelines form the standards and specifications of your brand visuals and descriptive identity with the purpose of ensuring consistency and brand integrity across all marketing and all across communications, including your advertising, whether it's above the line, whether it's below the line, these are all the issues. So I want to now go on a very short break, and we shall be back.
Globally, businesses and corporations are faced with challenges that requires fresh thinking on strategy, leadership, and governance to survive. The Anchor is a program designed to help organizations and individuals to be skilled in handling challenges. Join Dr. Osare Emokai, a development economist and a corporate strategist, for this interactive, informative, educative program.
Welcome back to the episode, and straight away, over to you, Mr. Ebi. Can you take us through the next steps in the branding process?
Thank you very much, sir. Just looking back, we started with to prepare, second, to create, and now we are on the step to produce. In the step to produce, we'll be looking at promotions. Marketing promotion is an important and overarching method of getting your brand and its core value out into the public domain. What you need to put in place in getting those products, promoting it out, and pushing it out to the public domain. It focuses on the broader aspect of promotion, covering the 4 elements of the marketing mix. Covering the 4 aspects of the marketing mix. In one of the episodes, the anchor mentioned the marketing mix, inclusive of pricing, your price, your promotion, your packaging,
even your position
and your positioning.
Yeah, it's all the P's.
The 4 P's in marketing. So promotion is talking about how you now ensure that all of this are well looked into to ensure that the promotion of your brand or your product out there catches the attention of the target audience. This type of promotional activities are generally aimed at increasing customer awareness. Everything you are doing when it comes to promotion is to catch the customer's awareness or the consumer's awareness or your target audience awareness. So whether it's pricing, you want to tell them there's a change in price, you want to catch their attention. There's a reduction or there's a discounted price, you want to catch their attention. And can also include advertisement. That's a means in which you use in achieving that promotion. You could do a press release without looking at advertising. It depends on, when Mr. Ian was talking on one of our episodes, he said it depends on the objective, and that determines the kind of messaging, the kind of medium, and the kind of platform you're expected to use in promoting your product. The next one will be campaign and slogans. Brand marketing campaigns are planned, strategic and highly targeted efforts to promote a specific goal, such as raising awareness of a new product or capturing customers' feedback. They typically aim to reach consumers in a variety of ways and involve a combination of media, including email, pay per click, advertising, and social media. Slogans are applied to the campaign to give a specific and consistent theme to promote its core message. As a rule of thumb, a campaign should be 6 weeks. Why are we saying as a rule of thumb it has to be 6 weeks? You want your message out there to be very catchy and is delivering, is not just out there and other messages are coming. Within 6 weeks, you are able to capture that targeted audience with your message. It shouldn't be more than 6 weeks. That's why we said
the issue of 6 weeks. I think the way usually is done is 6 weeks tends to be minimum. When you are taking, that messages, just adding to what you said, when you are giving out messages, you intend to take, your target audience through a journey.
A journey, yes.
And that is why a journey unto coming to buy. Now, from the researches that have been done on advertising, impact is that you need to hear the message at least 3 times. At least 3 times. First time, you say, what is it there? Second time, it appears there's something. Third time, it's making an impression on you.
Yes.
And then you can now begin to take some decision. I believe that, so as you're going to go further, there's this concept in which we're talking about awareness. But for the awareness itself to generate, because people don't really want to create advertising or promotions in a generic sense because they love promotions. Mm-hmm. They are just doing it so that they can sell product. So if they have to then sell, the first number one thing is for them, at least to be aware. So, and that is why this IDAC concept in advertising. Number one, awareness. Then number two, creating interest. And you see, we are not promoting any brand, as it were, but anytime I watch some of the Glow commercials, and Glow commercials, for instance, in addition to draw attention, particularly this boy who jumps over is looking at some girl they are saying, what is it that people don't know about? He said, I steal meat from the pot of my mother. Moms, and the mother was at the back. He didn't know. And the mother then gave him, said, you'll be stealing meat from my pot. And people begin to laugh. You see all those kinds of things. So that's attention. A great awareness. Then this eye, that is interest, because there's interest in it. I always want to watch when I see such humor, interest. Then, and at some form, as you hear this thing within these 6 weeks, you need to have a desire. Let me go on and maybe test this thing. And that desire is converted into action. Yes. It's like you wasted your advertising or promotional money that you spend. And the seed that you put there, it's not everywhere they put it. It's just about credibility, because it's not just a question of drawing attention, interest, or desire, but are you truly credible? Are you credible in what you are doing and all that? And that itself helps us in the way we frame, that promotion. Can you continue?
Thank you, sir. So we also have what we call the media mix, the combination of the media you are bringing together to promoting that brand. So a media mix is a combination of promotional channels, creates the media mix that is used to promote your brand and deliver on its marketing objectives. Deciding on the right channels, where and when to promote them, now requires greater scrutiny as sales channels becomes more diversified and consumer journey becomes more complex. So the point here is that you must know the right channels, where and when to promote the concept, the material, so that they require impact can be achieved. The next one we have here is app. Mobile is a must target. Personalized and real-time marketing channel available, and the use of apps should be integrated promotional elements for your brand, as it offers a unique way to engage your consumers. When you have a app and you have people driving traffic to those apps, it has a way of promoting your product or your brand.
Yeah, that's even like the Foursquare TV, for instance. The very day I downloaded the app on my phone, I say, oh, wow, beautiful. So in the past, when it is time, I need to rush home to go and get, to be able to view or to listen. Now that the app is on my phone, even as I was living here yesterday, put on, I was watching it, Touch Point. The app is such a powerful tool today, actually, in delivering promotions and advertising, and delivering your brand promise, even to, in targeted, targeted. So, Mr. Anya, I think it's your turn now, please, to speak on tracking results and performance. Because at the end of the day, as we said, advertising is not for fun, it's to do something. Yes.
Having come this far in the brand management process, is like all the ones we have been doing so far, more of indoor thing. Is now an outing.
Yes.
So we are now out. So it's left for us to announce what are people saying about what we have been doing. We have exposed all those things we have been doing in the indoor, be it logo, whatever it is. It's the feedback now we want. So we now want to see what result we are getting. Are we achieving what we intended to achieve from the beginning of the whole thing? Were we doing it for fun? So before we start doing that, we should, from the early stage, outline the kind of things we are going to use to measure our performance or key performance indicators. So what we want to talk about now is for online advertising or campaign now. So what are we going to know whether what we have been doing is okay or not? So one thing we have to use for an online activity like press advertising, custom landing pages is ideal because it offers the best solution as they will measure web traffic diverted to the site. When we are promoting whatever we have done online, there has to be a site. So we want
page.
Yes, the landing page. That's what we want to measure the effectiveness at this point in time. And measuring customer engagement based on experience and association can be a challenge. That was why at the beginning of the whole thing, we have to outline what we are going to measure. And it's always proper for us to establish a benchmark, what we normally call baseline. How are we going to know whether it was successful at the end of the whole thing? So if we establish a benchmark, this is what the position we were before the campaign, then after about 3 months or so into that campaign, we measure again. That's what mid-campaign. And then finally, we measure again. Using all these key performance indicators and all those matrices we have outlined, that's how we are going to know whether what we have been doing is successful. And we are saying that selecting between 7 and 12 performance indicators will be the most optimal. It is not a matter of trying to save money. We now want to limit it to maybe 3, 4, 5. Let us make sure we are measuring it across 7 to 12 key performance indicators. It is only by doing so that we should be able to ascertain our client that what we have done it to the best of our ability.
Globally, businesses and corporations are faced with challenges that requires fresh thinking on strategy, leadership, and governance to survive. The Anchor is a program designed to help organizations and individuals to be skilled in handling challenges. Join Dr. Osare Emopai, a development economist and a corporate strategist, for this interactive, informative, educative program.
I want to welcome you back to this episode of the Anchor, and we have been discussing, the steps you need to take in branding and brand building. And the one we took at this episode, the one we focus on is to produce, those branding items, and production of branding items. Essentially, we looked at promotions. And promotions, when we were talking about promotions, promotion has a very big part in branding, because in promotion you have advertising in promotion. There's advertising in promotion. You have public relations in promotions. You have events marketing in promotions. You then have, events marketing and events management in promotions. And you do above the line, you do below the line, and you do what we now call using social media. All this now have create a lot of plurality in the communication space. So when you are now promoting your brand, you need to make a choice between all the different elements. And it depends on essentially who you are truly promoting your brand to. Who is it that you want to present your brand to? Are they very young people? If they are very young people, is it no more of social media today? Are they really hooked on to above the line? So if you then have to then look at social media, because they are for youths and for teenagers, you focus in there, identify in terms of their media habits and what really, where they get motivation, then you need to focus your promotion in that area. But if you're actually talking to the very elderly, most of them are still, still staying with the traditional media. They will watch television. They will read newspaper. I was reading newspaper on the way. I'm not sure that the very young people are still interested. Even if they want to look at newspaper, they want to read online, they are not prepared to buy. So all those things play a role in the promotion. And it then went on to look at slogans. What kind of slogans do you really use? Your campaign slogans, are they in alignment with your brand, with your brand profile? Are they in alignment with the culture of your organization in terms of the slogans you use? There are some people, they use jesting slogans, they use all kinds of slogans. The organization that you are doing this promotion for might really not want that in terms of their cultural sensitivity and what in terms of their culture. So like I did share sometimes when I had to begin to bring a new product onto this country, a product called Rin, and I went to use trying to reach out to people who were in the CD group and use evening time, is it evening time or weekend times. And the organization I worked for at that time said, no, it's not in alignment. I know that what you're trying to do, but we don't use this kind of gossip things and all that. So you then know that in gossiping, the kind of slogan used in gossip, magazines will be totally different from the kind of slogan used in very serious. If you were, for instance, going to use a Guardian, for instance, So these are issues that, be brought to the fore just as a way of helping us in building brands. How do you communicate those brand values? And then we moved on from there to the media mix. Of course, I was already talking on the media mix. What kind of percentage, for instance, do I take of the above the line, and what do I take from below the line? And do I actually then go to sales promotion, or do I do direct marketing? All these are all a part of the promotional mix. Direct marketing has become particularly very important in the world today. Direct marketing, people send all kinds of mails either to your homes, or they send it even to your email addresses and all that. So direct mail is taking entirely a new format. Even junk mail could join even in all those direct mail. They use it for religion. They use it for invitation to all kinds of things, all kinds of products. And so all those things are there. And when we talk about apps now, so those were some of the things that we spoke about earlier. And then Mr. Anya took us a little deeper to then say, advertising, promotions are not doing for fun. Even when people appear to be funny, when they are there in terms of people you see on television, is it for Glow or for whatever, they try to use humor. Advertising is not just humor making. Humor is essentially to get your interest. That is why they use humor, to get your interest, and get your attention. And hopefully, and then some promises are made to cause you to want to desire the product. And they then push you a little more and said, if you then do this now, you get extra bonus. I don't know whether, if you have phones, I get that almost every day. If you buy this, you get some bonus and all that. That's to make you to take action. And of course, they try to stay true to what they are doing, and that want to make credibility. That is why the concept IDAC is a major platform to measure the communication arm of promotion. But that is not exactly, it doesn't quite do a good job to the real buying arm. Because at the end of the day, yes, you want them to hear, you want them to want to take action, you want them to do that, but how does it actually affect my bottom line? So that becomes, in terms of tracking brand performance, how do you now ensure that at the end of the day, your product is bought? At the end of the day, if you are a church, people you are invited come to the church, and not only come to the church, they give their life to Jesus. At the end of the day, you are selling bread. People come in to buy, whether it's aggregate bread or whichever bread. So I was in a home, in the United Kingdom, and there was this friend of mine. You see, the bread we were eating, the bread we were eating. Later he went and brought one. I said, well, is it aggregate bread? I said, they bring aggregate bread to London. Aggregate bread. He said, no, this aggregate bread, I must eat it. In London, there's still aggregate bread there. So I was looking, I was laughing, but I ate out of it, and it was really nice in the mouth. I don't know how they fly all those aggregate bread to London. You see, so that is also Ube as well. They promote it Ube, and there's somewhere where we go and buy Ube in London. And they say they fly it in every Thursday or so, and fly these things in. So, when you are then looking, okay, you want to communicate that, you don't need to go and put above the line. What you then do is, you just go and do direct mail. Go and say, I get to pay from my shop. Go and throw in the houses in your community so that they can come and buy aggregate bread. Can come and buy aggregate bread in London. So, and aggregate bread, it goes as far as the UK. And people patronize it right there. Nigerians, they don't want to eat any other bread. So in terms of tracking, I want to bring this to a conclusion in we looking at what are the models today that have been evolved to actually track the effect of promotions on buying behavior. It's a very major issue. It's a debate that has been on in the last 15 years. And in those last 15 years, no, not even 15, for almost 20 years now. For almost 20 years, yes. 20? No, it's far beyond. Almost a quarter of a century, almost 25 years. I'm just trying to look back when the debate has been on that. Is advertising just to create awareness or to make people to actually buy the product? But before people buy, they need to be aware.
Yeah.
Is it not so?
Yeah.
But it is not really fully done until they buy. And I remember that was a part of the reason why we started Media Independent Practice in Nigeria. How to professionalize media in such a way that, when people get the message, then they can actually move and buy the product. And so in the Media Independent Practice, we want to appreciate God that, when we had to start it because of this accountability required from advertising, we started Media Independent Practice in Nigeria. And I was the pioneer president of the Media Independent Practitioners Association of Nigeria. I'm still a patron of Media Independent Practitioners Association of Nigeria. For those of you, you can check that out, in the internet and see that. That was how I came to the point and galvanizing my colleagues then in advertising practice, in media practice, to be able to now bring media planning, make it more scientific in such a way that it can truly deliver sales to a brand. So it's not just a question of the conceptualizers and advertising agency, whatever. Does it convert onto sales? Can we actually measure sales? You see, that was when we started introducing econometric models. We have to use econometric model. It's a complex model. Everyone really can do it. Econometric models to actually see if we can isolate and see a trend and connection between advertising, media planning, media buying, media inventory management in a way that can actually lead to purchase decision and actual purchase of a brand. And today, those will have econometric models now to actually do that. Maybe, Mr. Aya, as a closing shot, is there something you want to say to that in terms of actually getting, you can now link promotion to purchase behavior. It's not just about awareness anymore.
What I would like to say is we have now seen why so many brands they are introduced today. In a matter of a few years, they are gone. Yeah. So not trying to use these scientific indices we are talking about to manage their brand. That's why we are here now. So people know you have to be a professional before you can do it. Yes. That's why we are saying what we are saying here. So those that cannot do it in-house within themselves, we are here now. That's the anthem we are singing. People should come, patronize us. We are using our scientific methods to achieve what you cannot achieve in-house. So we are here now. Thank you.
I bring this to a close at this time. I want to thank my studio managers and the cameramen. I want to thank each and every one of you for making this come out so good. And thank you, everyone who've been a part of this. And so try to be more scientific in the way you do your marketing. In the way you do your brand marketing. Do more scientific things. These are days of accountability. It's not just advertising for advertising's sake. And that's where I bring the meeting to a close today. God bless you. Thank you. Until I come your way again, please try to stay safe.
Mindshare Communications Limited is a world-class marketing, communications, and branding consultancy firm located in Lagos State, Nigeria. We offer a wide array of consultancy and promotional services to corporate businesses and firms. Our services include strategic marketing activities, public relations, advertising, social media management, digital marketing, web development, brand development, marketing activation, strategic branding, market intelligence activities, and telecoms, ranging from CUG management to airtime vending. Call Mindshare Communications today to help you achieve your goals. For further information, please contact Abiola on 0807 739 0974. Send a mail to info@mindsharelimited.com or visit our website at www.mindsharelimited.com. Address 184A Kaduna Road, Crystal Estate, and Muwadafi Estate, Lagos.